Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Natural Bear, and we are back with some more PS2 pickups. I'm filming these slightly differently this time. When I get a delivery come in, I'm just gonna film like that bit, and then once I've got enough, like maybe 3 deliveries or something, I can put them into a video at that point. So I'm actually recording this before the video goes out, like a few days before. So it's a little bit different, but I think it would just work a bit better for me, really, because it means I'm not talking for as long. So we've got a stack of 10 games. These cost about £18, so obviously, about £1.80 a game, right? But the games overall are definitely worth more than 18 quid, like a fair amount more. We've actually done quite well on this little bundle here, so you'll see why I paid the 18 when you see what's in it, basically. But we'll start off with this game, Shadow of Rome. I haven't actually tested these games yet, by the way, but almost all of them are in very, very good condition on the disc. And so we'll test them anyway. We'll probably test them tonight. And then if I notice any that don't work, I can, on my next segment that I record, I can mention which ones don't work, if any. But they should all work fine, honestly. Anyway, Shadow of Rome. Interesting little game. It's a Capcom game. Set during ancient Rome. And there's like 2 gameplay segments. Most of it is where you play as this fella, Agrippa, who is he's obviously a gladiator. And then there's also parts of the game where you play as this guy, who I can't remember the name of. I think it says on the back, Octavianus. There we go, something like that. Anyway, his parts of the game are like stealth sections. So it's kind of a weird mix between a hack and slash and a stealth game. It's pretty good. It's an underrated little game. It's not fantastic or anything, but it's not bad at all. And usually goes for a decent amount, not like a ton or anything, but it's certainly it's over the £5 mark, which for a PlayStation 2 game is reasonable considering, because most of them go for under that generally. Second Sight. This case is a bit like it's been chewed or something. So what I will say is everything else, I think the artwork's fine, and then the actual disc and manual and everything is in pretty good nick. That sticker should just come off with no issue, so I'll deal with that. So I think, overall, if this gets a new case, then we'll be absolutely fine. But yeah, this game, it's an interesting one. It's by Free Radical, the guys that did Time Splitters, who have, of course, recently have been reformed by Deep Silver, and they're going to make a new Time Splitters, which I cannot wait for. Time Splitters being one of my favourite series of all time. I remember this game came out exactly the same time, within like a week, of another game called Psyops, which I think I showed that in my first video, because I do have that game. And it's like, in both games, you play as like a psychic who can use, telekinesis and things like that. This game was more of a stealth game compared to Psyops, which was more arcadey and was, a bit more action-focused. And it's weird that both games came out at almost exactly the same time when they had basically the same concept. And both games also didn't do very well sales-wise. So very strange, but this is Psyops anyway. I seem to remember it controlling a bit strangely. I don't really know. I did buy the PC version not too long ago, because they put it on. It was taken off Steam a while back, and now it's been put back on by whoever owns the rights. It might be Deep Silver again, actually, because they own the rights to everything else, don't they? So I think it must be, actually, because they would have bought Free Radical, and that's why. Yeah, so I think it's Deep Silver. But the point is, they put it back on Steam, but didn't do anything to update it to work on modern systems. So I tried for like an hour to get it to work, and it played, but the HUD was way too small because it had been scaled up to a widescreen. The controls were a complete mess. The mouse control was unusable. It was just a disaster, so I just refunded it in the end. But we've got the game now, so that's good. We have another copy of Lord of the Rings: The Third Age. Obviously, I picked this up in the last video. This copy is in better condition, though. This copy is actually fantastic condition, so has the manual and everything. So that other game will just become a duplicate. And what we have done, I'll explain that now, actually, because XMen Legends 2 is the next game. What we've done with this copy of XMen Legends 2, everything on this game was really good except for the case, which had it was broken just up here. This bit was like chipped off. What I've done is taken my other copy of The Third Age and I've just used that case for this one. So the broken case is now holding the duplicate copy. And like I say, I'm going to put those on eBay at some point. I'm just going to put them up for like a tenner or something. I don't know. I'll charge like 50p a game and just try and get rid of them if I can, once I get a big enough shipment together, because most of them are disc only and stuff like that. But yeah, so I've reused the case. So with Second Sight, once I get a case that I'm happy using, I can also do the same thing with that. But yeah, so XMen Legends 2. It's like an action RPG, I think. It's similar to the Marvel Ultimate Alliance games, because they came after this. And by all accounts, it's a very good game. And yeah, relatively valuable-ish. Again, it's like in that sort of £8 to £10 bracket that a lot of these kind of games fall into. So I was happy to get that, definitely. Actually, we'll do this one first, because it makes sense. XMen Legends 1, I probably should have done it in the other order. The disc of this game, I will show you if I can, briefly here. I could not believe... Was it this game, or... No, it was XMen Legends 2. My bad. This game's in decent condition anyway. It's got the manual and everything. But yeah, really good copy of XMen Legends there. I'll show you 2's disc, because honestly, I think it was this game anyway. Now that the case has been replaced, this is a fantastic copy of the game. But if you can see that, which might be a tough one, but there's not a mark on it, honestly. There's like a fingerprint, and that's it. I think you can see the fingerprint down to the bottom there. Other than that, that is immaculate, that copy of the game. So I'm really happy with that, given that it is, again, it holds some value, you know. But yeah, there's those 2 games. We've got X-Men 2 Wolverine's Revenge. I played this game quite a lot as a kid. I've kind of a soft spot for it. There's like, I don't know what that is at the bottom there. What is that, sellotape or something? I'm trying to peel it and it's not. I think it's sellotape. Or is it just... Is it part of the case that's gone funny? I don't know. Either way, we'll sort that out later. Other than that, it's a good copy. Yeah, and actually I have a soft spot for this game. It was not, as far as movie tie-ins go at the time, it was pretty good. It's like a hack and slasher that's also, you know, you can play it as a stealth game in parts as well. And getting to play as Wolverine was really cool at the time. So, yeah, good stuff. Onimusha 3. This game's great. There is a slight sticker mark up there, but not too bad. I'm just trying to see if there's anything else here. No, other than that, the case is pretty good, and then it's all complete and everything. Decent manual, good disc. Yeah, I love this game. It's great. I don't know if I prefer this one or the first one. They're both good games, but in different ways. This game is obviously more of an action game. They improved the combat and stuff like that, whereas the first game is a bit more survival horror-y sort of thing. But no, yeah, this game's great. And again, holds its value decently, so I was happy to get this as well. You can probably see why this bundle was picked up now, because the value is way higher than, you know, £1.80 per game. Spartan Total Warrior, obviously huge sticker mark and no manual. Disc is fine, so it's not a fantastic copy of the game, but it will do for now. I'm sure we'll find another copy anyway. I think we're just going to replace the case on this one. That will solve a lot of the issues. And then if we can get a manual at some point, that would be good. But yeah, no, this game's fine. It's by Creative Assembly, the guys that do the Total War games. This is like supposed to be a spin-off of that. So this was their first action game, I believe. And it kind of shows, because it's not perfect, but it's also very difficult, like bizarrely difficult. I don't know why it's so hard, but it's not a bad game. It's pretty fun. And they do a good job of rendering like huge crowds of enemies. So... and not just enemies, but like, you know, just NPCs in general. There's a lot on the screen at any one time, and it runs really smoothly despite that. So from a technical standpoint, it's pretty impressive. Obviously, Creative Assembly know what they're doing when it comes to crowds of people, right? So, yeah, not bad. Very difficult though, but it's worth a play, especially if you like, if you're into your difficult games. We've got Ultimate SpiderMan here. This is in really good condition actually, and again, relatively valuable too. I think this was I want to say this was a later PS2 title, does it say? Oh, it's 2005, so it's not that late then. But yeah, it's by Treyarch, who are the guys that did the second Spider-Man game. Obviously, they're on the COD train nowadays, but so I don't know if this is as good as Spider-Man 2. Probably not, because that's like one of the best movie tie-ins ever made, but I imagine this game's quite good, because it's from the same guys that made that game, so I would assume that the web slinging system is similar, so we'll see, but I can't imagine this game's bad. And finally, what Max Payne. good old Max Payne. You know, everyone knows about Max and his face, which that part's not aged very well. But other than that, you know, I say that is Sam Lake's real face. So I probably shouldn't be that harsh about it. But you know, sorry Sam if you're watching. You're not watching. Yeah, Max Payne. Obviously, it's better on PC, clearly, but it's a pretty good port if I remember rightly. And Max Payne's is a decent game. I'm not a huge fan of the first game. Actually, my favourite Max Payne is the second one. I think I'm the only person in the world who prefers that one. But this game feels a bit unfair at times. There's like a lot of enemies that are just hiding around corners, and you're supposed to know they're there, even though there's no way for you to know, that kind of thing. Bit trial and error and a bit cheesy, but it's a pretty good game. Has a really good story, obviously good voice acting, yada yada yada. Everyone knows about Max Payne at this point. It's just a good game, isn't it? Yeah, that's those 10. I could try and recap maybe by doing that. There you go. You can just about see them. But yeah, I was happy to pick those up anyway. And like I say, £18 for these 10, I think is a really good price, given that's including delivery as well. So given what's here, I think that's a really good haul. So I was happy with that. And like I say, we've got 2 more coming in. So well, we'll move on to those, I guess. Hello. It's the next day since you saw that last bit. There was 2 games I forgot to include. These came in the last bundle, so I actually got 12 games, not 10, which makes the bundle even better. So I'll show these quickly now. We've got Genji. It's in good condition. Really nice manual. Literally has never been touched, I don't think. Actually, I quite like the manual, because when you look at it, it reads the other way. It reads landscape, which I think is quite cool. Yeah, this game was weird. It had a little bit of hype behind it, but it ended up being like kind of nothing. And then they got a sequel, a PS3 sequel. May have even been a launch game. The only reason I remember that is because of the... sorry about that, my work phone went off. Yeah, the only reason I remember that is because of the giant enemy crab meme, of course, at the 2006 E3 conference, that famous disaster. So, yeah, there you go, that's Genji. No enemy crabs in this one, which is a shame, but it does have real battles that actually happened, or something, whatever that guy said, I don't know. I've blanked a lot of it out. And then we've got Onimusha II. This is the Spanish version, which is potentially a problem, because if you can see on the back there, it implies that only the voice acting is in English, but hopefully there's an option to switch it to English, but if there isn't, then obviously that might be an issue, and would mean I probably need to pick up an English copy at some point, but it's all complete and everything, so... I mean, to be fair, the goal is to collect a full PAL collection, not necessarily an English collection. So, you know, this still counts, I guess, but obviously I'd like to have an English version, but we'll see. If it gives you the option of English, then it's all good. It just means the back of the box is in Spanish. But yeah, there's those 2 games. So yeah, combined, that bundle, it cost me just under 20 quid. I think it was about £19. So considering what's in it, we did really well. So very happy with that. And so we're into the second batch of games now from this video. Probably going to be 3, because I'm still waiting for one more to come in. These are, I'm trying to count how many games there are off to the side. There are 10 here. They cost about the same as the last bundle, so it's not as good value, but it's still decent considering a few of the games in here are relatively valuable, I would say. We'll start with Spy Hunter here. That sticker is on the artwork, and when I tried to peel it off, it looked like it was going to take basically the art with it, so I have had to leave that on, which is really annoying. This also appears to be the Dutch version of the game due to the age rating here and the fact that there's only Dutch and English on the back, but obviously it's a PAL game, so it will still work absolutely fine. Haven't had time to test any of these yet, so I'm guessing they'll all work, because most of these have like immaculate discs. There is one game that's a CD game that I'm going to test, but other than that, this should all work fine. But yeah, that's Spy Hunter anyway. I seem to remember this being a decent little update of Spy Hunter, actually. So we have Rampage Total Destruction here. This one, oh, it does have a manual. It felt very light then, but no, it does have a manual. Yeah, it's an update of Rampage. I think does it have the original as well? Yes, the original Rampage games are also included. That's a nice little bonus. Didn't know that was a thing. But, yeah, it's probably a laugh. I don't know. With Outrun 2006, obviously I already have this game. Slightly broken case, but again, because it's a duplicate, that doesn't really matter. And actually the manual is basically immaculate, and the disc is pretty much the same as well. So I'll check my copy and see. I'm not sure if I have the manual or not, but if I don't, obviously I'll take it out of here, and then the disc I might swap, it depends. But yeah, it's a decent copy other than the case. This is the CD game, Star Wars Starfighter. Don't really know a lot about this. I don't know if it's similar to like Rogue Squadron and stuff like that. But yeah, there's no manual unfortunately, but and it is a CD game, as I say, so this is one I will be testing to see if it works, because obviously, you know, PS2s have always been funny about those games anyway. Dance UK, yes, this is a thing apparently. It appears to be a dance mat game, but it also mentions like karaoke on the back, so I don't know if this also had microphone support or something, but this is also a CD-based game, but it literally looks like it's never been played. The back of the disc is essentially immaculate, so I don't think we need to test it. You know, so we won't, but yeah, there's that as well, and it comes complete with like the 6 million manuals that it has for some reason. We have Destroy All Humans 2. This was one that's, you know, relatively valuable. It's in the £5 to £10 bracket, so getting this is good. Has the manual, everything. It's in very good condition, so I'm happy about that. It's a good pickup. Haven't played this one either. I played the first one, and I played the remake of the first one. I've never played this one, so I'll probably give that a try. Gran Turismo 3. This game, you will find this game basically everywhere, because it was one of the best-selling PS2 games, and so there's copies all over the place. This is a decent example. Has the manual and everything, and it's all complete. So, and it's in decent shape. So good stuff. But yeah, you will find this everywhere. This game. So expect to see this again at some point. There's 3 more now. We have the first Destroy All Humans. I'll check my copy and see if it's... there's no manual, there's just a disc. And if I remember rightly, this disc is like... It's okay, but not anything special. So I think I won't be swapping any of it. But yeah, so that'll just go in the duplicate pile. We've nearly got enough now to sell them, so we'll probably do that at some point. We have Beautiful Joe. This is not as rare as it is on the GameCube, put it that way. It's it can be tricky to source, but not too bad. The second one is a bit more difficult, but this one is in the £5 to £10 club, I think. And it's a decent copy. The manual's basically immaculate, except for that. There was a big sticker on it, and when I took it off, it kind of did that, so that's a bit annoying. But other than that, everything else is in good shape. So yeah. Really good game from what I've heard as well. I haven't actually played it, but I'll give that a try at some point. And finally, we have Lemmings. I didn't even know there was a version of this on PS2. It has iToy support as well, which is interesting. There's even a feature where you can make your own levels and then upload them to like a... Well, not a store, but you know what I mean. You can upload them, essentially, and other people can download them. Very ahead of its time. That's kind of like Little Big Planet would do years later. So I don't know who developed this exactly, but if they were involved in that, it wouldn't surprise me. It says Team 17. I don't know if they're the developers or just the publishers. Well, I'm assuming Sony are the publishers, so probably is Team 17. But anyway, yeah, and it's in good shape and everything, good condition. So yeah, that's Lemmings. So yeah, that was the next set. Just show you them again. You can sort of see them. Now I've spread them out a tiny bit. But yeah, we're waiting for the third one to come in, and we'll update when they do. Right, we have the final bundle. This has been recorded literally like 2 hours after the last one, because it had actually arrived earlier that day and I hadn't seen it because the postman left it outside. Anyway, we're going to start with... This bundle is actually... I paid less than £15 for this bundle, and it's got, what, that's 10, and then it's got like 16 games in it or something. So, ridiculous value. Paid less than £1 a game, and looking at what I've got, a lot of these games are worth a lot more than £1. So I've done really well here, so I was happy with this. We're going to start with the duplicates and the sport games, because we don't really need to talk about them too much. So we've got Dead or Alive 2 here. I don't think my copy has the manual, and it's also the Platinum version, so this is nice. Obviously, this at the top isn't ideal. It's like worn at the top, but anyway. That's Dead or Alive 2, anyway. We've got Medal of Honor Frontline. This does have the manual, and I think I have the Platinum version as well, so again, good stuff. Another copy of Gran Turismo 3. I told you we're going to see a lot of these. So, yeah, this one, I don't know if this is better or worse than the other one, to be honest. Like, this copy's pretty good. but I can't remember what the other one, what exactly condition it's in, so that may or may not be replacing the other one, but we'll see. We've got World Snooker 05, it's all complete and everything. So there's that. We've got Rugby 06, again, all complete. And then we've got FIFA 07, which is all complete as well, I think. Yes, manuals there and everything. So that gets those out of the way. And then here are the other games. We'll start with this one, because it's funny. Knight Rider 2, the game. I like how they have to specify that it's a game. I've heard this game is absolutely appalling. And if I remember rightly, the developers Davalex... No, never mind. I was about to say they were the guys that did Ride to Hell Retribution, which is often considered one of the worst games ever made, but it's not them. That's Eutechnics that I'm thinking of. But nonetheless, Knight Rider 2, the game. Haven't tested any of these yet, by the way, but the discs all look really good, so I anticipate that we'll have no issues. We've got Need for Speed Underground 2, complete. I've heard really good things about these games, but never actually... I don't think Have I ever played a Need for Speed game? I don't believe I have. I probably should, because I probably quite like them, to be honest. I like Burnout and, you know, arcadey sort of races in general. Not a fan of, like, more simmy sort of stuff, but arcadey things, yeah, I'm you know, I like that stuff, so I'll probably quite like it, but, yeah, we'll see. Grand Theft Auto Liberty City Stories. I actually, now I think about it, I think this is a duplicate too. But this is in pretty good shape. I don't know if I've got the manual on mine. Or is this one? Is that the manual or is that... Oh, it's a map. So is the manual underneath? I actually don't know. Hang on. Yes. So I've got the manual and the map, which I'm not sure if I have both. I don't believe I do. So that's good. But yeah, we'll check my copy and see if it's any better than this one. But either way, it's a duplicate, but it's a good one to get because it's like, you know... It's a GTA game, they're always good to get because they're not like 50p games or whatever. We've got Space Invaders Anniversary. I don't know which anniversary it was. I would maybe 25 years, or does it say? Game came out in 2004, so I don't really know. It says 1978 on the front, so that would be the 26th anniversary. I don't know why you would specifically go out of your way to celebrate that, but never mind. It's all complete and everything. I imagine it's... Well, I say I imagine it works. It's actually a CD game, so let me check how scratched this is. It's pretty much bang on, to be honest, so I think we'll be fine, but we'll test it anyway. But yeah, that's Space Invaders Anniversary. We've got Gran Theft Auto San Andreas. I actually didn't own this game, weirdly. To be honest, I'm not a massive fan of it, I'll be honest. Not compared to like Vice City and stuff. I just, you know, I don't know. I found the in-betweeny bits a bit boring. And by that I mean the actual cities, the 3 cities that are in the game are all really cool, but the in-between bits, like the forest, like the sort of Badlands area, and then like there's like a foresty sort of area as well. I found those a bit dull, and the game does keep you there a bit too long, I think. But yeah, I mean, it's a classic game, so I'm not really going to complain too much. And it's good condition, actually, as well, so I'm glad to get that. Heroes of the Pacific. It's complete and everything. I know absolutely nothing about this game. I have no idea if it's any good or not. It's by, I think is it Codemasters? It says Code. They might just be the publisher, I don't know. There's like a million companies on the back, so I couldn't tell you who was which. But yeah, might be alright, I don't know. I know nothing about it, so... we have City Crisis, apparently by Take-Two Interactive. There you go. I've never heard of this game in my life. So it sounds like it's like in the middle of a natural disaster and you have to rescue people in your helicopter. Okay, that sounds vaguely amusing. That might be quite fun, actually. I'll give that a try. But yeah, that's all complete and everything. We have SpiderMan 3, which does not have the manual, unfortunately. It does have this thing, but not the manual. But yeah, the disc is there, and the case is in good shape and everything, so yeah. Is this by Treyarch, or is this a different company? It looks like Vicarious Visions, maybe, so... That's weird, because... Well, actually, now I think about it, Treyarch were probably busy with Call of Duty stuff, weren't they? Because this is when they started to really work on the series a lot. But they'd shown a good track record with Spider-Man stuff, so it's a bit strange. But anyway, I don't know if this game's any good or not. if I remember rightly, it was okay, but not a patch on Spider-Man 2. And then finally we have Lego Batman. It is complete. It's one of these cases that I really don't like. I feel like quite a few PS2 games later on use these horrible cases, and I don't really know why. They feel cheap, and there's no memory card holder either. But yeah, disc is in good shape at least. But yeah, that's Lego Batman, which I think I may have played this at some point. I'm not really sure. There's too many of these Lego games for me to keep track of. It's very confusing. But yeah, that's the bundle I got. And bearing in mind, all this was less than 15 quid. So it's like, you know, can you really complain about getting all of this? You know, you just move your arm and things just keep appearing. Like, look, you know, there's a lot of games here, and most of them, as I say, pretty decent ones to get. So, and in really good condition too. So, yeah, 2 thumbs up for that. It was a really good little deal. So I think that'll be the end of the video. I've got no other pickups really in the pipeline. So, you know, plus we've already picked up quite a lot, as you can see. So, I think we're going to, over the next few days, just do a bit of scouting and see what happens, really. But yeah, thanks for watching, as ever. And we'll be back with something at some point soon. I never really know what I'm going to upload with this channel. I just tend to upload whatever I feel like at the time. Might do something else just to break up kind of the PS2 updates, if you like. So, could do Surviving the Horror, could do a shit game showcase, I don't know, we'll see. But either way, thanks for watching, and we'll be back next time. Cheers.